Alrighty boys, welcome back once again to another video. How you guys doing? Guys, today we're going to be doing a season 9 content wish list for Fortnite Save the World. Basically in today's video I'm going to be showing a lot of your suggestions and giving some of my own suggestions for stuff that we would like to see in season 9. Of course season 9 is supposed to be coming around in the next week or so, and I'm very excited. You know, recently, definitely in recent times, Save the World's been in a little bit of a rough spot, especially with the game going down and being unplayable for a lot of people, and with the Twine Peaks tweaks seemingly breaking a lot of things and not taking things into consideration. There's a lot of stuff going on in Save the World, and I'm hoping that season 9 can be the season that can, well, fix all this kind of stuff, remedy it, make it better, and hopefully we can start season 9 off pretty strong. One thing I do want to mention is I look like absolute ass cheeks, and I apologize for that, but what else is new? Yesterday I went to go watch Endgame with my friend Josh, and it's actually a pretty good movie. I give it an 8 out of 10. Endgame was a very good movie, and I have yet to shower, so I do look a little bit like a homeless man. But let's go ahead and jump into today's video, and let's talk about the season 9 content wish list for Fortnite Save the World. Now, yesterday I put out a tweet which got 69 likes, of course, and it said, would you guys be interested in a season 9 wish list type video for tomorrow? If so, leave your #1 wish for season 9 in a reply to this tweet and you may appear in tomorrow's video. So I have 9 tweets lined up, 9 of my personal favorites that are lined up to be put in this video, and then at the end I have my own personal suggestion, which would make for 10 total things that we would like to see in Fortnite Save the World in season 9. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and take a look at our first tweet. So our first tweet comes from Raheem. I think it's Raheem. If you guys watch me on Twitch, you guys know I'm terrible with names, so I'm probably going to mispronounce a lot in this video. But the first tweet says, cleaning most, if not all, the big bugs and Save the World on all platforms. Now, this tweet right here, it connected with me on a spiritual level, because recently Save the World has been quite the buggy mess, and I don't like bugs. I don't like bugs in video games. They bother me a lot. It's kind of like frame rate. If I'm not getting a smooth frame rate all the time, it really annoys me. So bugs and frame rate are two of my biggest gripes with video games. If they have, you know, inconsistent frame rates or lots of bugs, it really bothers me. I really hope season 9 is good on the bugs, man. I mean, recently we've had it to where console was down for 5 days due to a matchmaking bug, which we got no compensation for, by the way. And I just don't want to see that again. I know that Epic Games doesn't want to see that again. I know for a fact that they have at least learned a little bit of their lesson from the recent happenings with the bugs in Save the World. I really hope season 9 is better on the bugs. Thank you for the suggestion, Raheem. So next up we have one from BR Save the World News or Cinematic. He says, weapon skins, sprays, and emotes, which we know for sure will come at some point. And I'm really hoping for some point in the near future for the people who bought the highest pack you can get, which is the ultimate, to receive a Nocturno weapon skin. So this guy's basically talking about weapon skins and sprays. We already know about emotes, and yeah, I would love to see weapon wraps in Save the World. Now this one I feel is a little bit far-fetched. Like, I mean, I don't know personally. I mean, we could be seeing weapon wraps, but I don't think we'll be seeing wraps in season 9. I don't know if we'll see wraps at all, but you know, I don't think it would be this soon if they were to implement them. But dude, I would love weapon wraps. I mean, being able to customize the looks of your weapons. I mean, if we can't customize the looks of our heroes, let us customize our weapons. That's the biggest part of Save the World. Save the World is all about weapons, and it's all about traps. Let us customize them. So here in the next tweet from Escara Nemabadidibel, he says, Twine Peaks biome with the pirate theme. Now, I agree with this so freaking much. The second I saw the pirate biome, I was like, Twine Peaks. That is Twine Peaks right there. And I'll tell you guys why. If you guys remember the Survive the Storm event, this was during the Neon event, there was a special biome that you were put in for whenever you were defending. You were supposed to survive the storm for like 5 or 3 days, or 5 days and 7 days or something like that. But the biome that you were in was what was going to become the future Canny Valley biome. I'm not sure how many of you guys played back then, but it was around like January, February, beginning of 2018, and that whole Survive the Storm event was basically the future of the Canny Valley biome. So I think that what we could see is Twine Peaks could be getting that pirate biome that we saw in the Yar event. It looks amazing. The pirate biome is beautiful, and it would be a sin for us to not see that in the future. So I definitely agree with this tweet. Really hope we see a Twine Peaks biome in season 9, if not a story. Next up, we have a tweet coming from Gamer Krokorok. That's right. I said it right. What he says is, the thing I wish for in Season 9 is higher rewards in Twine Peaks or a cram session again. Now, this is what I found very interesting. It's actually been a while since I've seen somebody request a cram session. But for those of you guys that don't know, this was around October, or this was around the Halloween event of last year. Cram sessions are basically a very limited time event where you are going to be getting double the rewards for like everything you do. Cram session is heavenly. I would love to see another cram session. Give me those double perk ups. Give me the double epic. This would be the perfect excuse for Epic Games to give us a cram session and then to further develop content down the line. What they could do is they could give us the Season 9 changes with the SSDs, or what they could do if they're not entirely sure on what they're doing and they don't want to release it in a buggy state, give us a cram session. Give us a few new pieces of content in there, you know, like a new weapon or a new hero, just tiny little tidbits of random content during the cram session. Have it go on for like, you know, however long you need to. I forgot how long the previous one lasted, but don't make it too long. Give us a cram session for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe at tops, and then allow us to get these double rewards. Give us like a new hero or a new weapon in there, and then give us the, you know, changes that you're certain on. So if they were to implement these Season 9 changes, which we know are going to be the SSD changes, if they're not sure, they're not 100% done with them, instead of releasing them in a buggy state, they could just slap us with a cram session, allow us to get double rewards, and then we can truly prepare for Save the World Season 9 event. I would absolutely love this idea, so thank you so much for that suggestion for the wish list. Then we have another one coming in from Mystery, and Mystery says, we need a way to get vouchers in high level Twine because we need them. Now, I personally think that vouchers are a very hot topic. You know, they're very weird. I don't know why vouchers worked this way, but the way that vouchers worked is that if you were a lower level player, you got less vouchers, and if you were a higher level player, you got more vouchers, which doesn't make sense because the lower level players need the heroes in order to build their loadouts. The higher level players already pretty much have every hero that they need for their loadouts. The lower level heroes, or the lower level people, are the ones that need those heroes the most. So we need a way to get vouchers because there's so many people in the game right now. You know, you make a Mercury LMG build, you're like, alright, so you're gonna need Crackshot, and you're gonna need like Bulletstorm Jonesy. Maybe you can get Bulletstorm Jonesy now, I think, but let's say Crackshot. And, you know, you need Crackshot for your Mercury LMG build, and there's so many people out there that are newer players, or maybe people that just didn't get Crackshot back during Frostnite, that can't get him right now and have no way to get him. See, heroes are different than weapons in my opinion. You know, weapons, they can always come back, and I think the problem with hero vouchers is like people would be like, well, the hype of a hero returning or anything like that would be taken out if we could just earn any hero at any time. But, you know, in my opinion, you could just save that for weapons, right? You could just save that for weapons to where, you know, weapons could come back on a certain periodic cycle, kind of like they are now. Every now and again, you know, weapon sets will come back, and then there's a lot of hype around them. You know, you could still have that with your weapons, but I think the reason that we're not seeing hero vouchers right now is because the birthday event is coming up in July, I believe it is, and you'll be able to get all of those older heroes and weapons and stuff, or at least we assume the birthday event part 2 is going to be coming up in July. And if you guys did not know, the birthday event basically allows you to get all the older content that you missed out on. So maybe that's why we're not seeing hero vouchers just yet, but a way to actually earn your vouchers in the late game would be very nice. If you are a player that just started and you don't have many heroes, maybe get your way all the way up to Twine and you can do some in-game activities and actually earn those vouchers. We might be seeing that in the new SSD changes, who knows. Now, the next tweet we have from Supert or Campbell, and he says, my wish is that we get pets that can give us perks, but they'll replace our back blings. So this one, kind of like the Wraps one, in my opinion, is a little bit far-fetched, but I like the idea, and I've been talking about this since pets first got added way back in season, you know, whatever it was. But pets in Save the World make the most sense. If you have them in Battle Royale, all they do is just sit there and they just sit there. But in Save the World, a game that is a PvE game, it would make sense to have pets that affect your stats and change things. You know, maybe you could get a dog that gives you, you know, plus 10 base health. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that sounds minuscule, but you guys know what I mean. Base 10% health. Something like that. Give you a dog that gives you more health, or give you a cat that gives you more speed, or give you a gingerbread man that gives you more anger at the world. I don't know, but pets in Save the World would be nice, and they make way more sense in Save the World than they do in Battle Royale. Allow me to get a tiny little pet smasher and put him on a little chair on my back and just have him sit there and be mad at the world and give me 5% more smasher damage. I would absolutely love that. So yes, I love the suggestion. Save the World needs pets. It definitely does. I don't know why we don't have them yet. Next up, we have one from Lord Patrick of House Stark, or Patrick. He says 2 extra weapon slots in Save the World would be nice, like in BR. Now, Save the World is already different, so I like your idea, but I'm gonna alter it just a tiny bit. So Save the World is already different than Battle Royale. You know, we could acknowledge that. Battle Royale, like you said, it has 5 slots. Save the World has 3 slots. What I would personally suggest is 4 weapon slots, and that's how I personally feel about it. I know maybe some people would disagree with me, but the reason that I would go with 4 weapon slots is so that you could have 1 nature weapon, 1 water weapon, 1 fire weapon, and then 1 energy weapon, right? Or you could have, you know, say you're doing a specific mega alert that's only nature, so then you can have your nature weapons and then a melee weapon, or you can have your nature weapons and then a coconut, or you could have your nature weapons and then an energy sword, you know, something like that. So I do agree, we do need more weapon slots. We need to be able to hold more at one time than having to constantly go into our inventories, because in Save the World, we need a wider variety of weapons than people in Battle Royale do, or at least arguably that's how I feel. People in Battle Royale, you know, you get your long-ranged weapon, maybe you have 1 or 2 of those, and then you get a pump for whenever you're up close. That's pretty much Battle Royale in a nutshell, aside from your healing items, right? So in Save the World, we have all these elemental enemies. We have enemies whenever they get up close. We might need melee weapons. We have a variety of enemies, so we might need energy. We got mist monsters, so we might need physical. So there's a lot more instances in Save the World where we need weapon slots and we just don't have them. In Battle Royale, it doesn't. In Battle Royale, yes, it makes sense to have 5 slots because you have your healing items, but as far as weapons are concerned, you don't need those 5 slots, at least in my opinion. And my experience of playing Battle Royale, you just didn't need that many weapon slots. Normally, whenever I used to play, you would use your pump whenever you're up close, you would maybe use a sniper rifle, and then a siege breaker. That was it. That's how I played Battle Royale. Then again, I played back during Season 0, 1, 2, and 3. I don't know how people play nowadays, but in my opinion, you know, that's kind of how it is. You need less weapons in BR, but in Save the World, we don't have healing items or anything like that. We definitely need more slots. We need more variety than constantly going in our backpacks. So thank you for that tweet. Next up, we have one from Brent Yanomi. He says, come on emotes, new husk types, and a smoother performance. And those are the 3 main topics that need improvements. So yes. Emotes, new husks, smoother performance. Entirely agree with your little wish list right there. Emotes, we already know are coming. They already said that they are. They already said that they're working on it. We might be seeing it this season or next season. That is my prediction. Hopefully this season. If we don't see emotes in Season 9, I'll be a little bit sad. Maybe they might just hit us with a bombshell and it might, you know, come off the launch of Season 9. We don't know. New husk types, they've already said in the AMA that they had a while back that they are considering new husk types. So there you go. They're also talking about a rework of the blaster. And smoother performance, I'm always down for smoother performance. Save the World runs like a potato sometimes, and other times it runs completely smooth. I definitely agree with this. Brent, you know me, you got a good tweet there, my friend. And lastly, as far as the community suggested ones, we have one from Kareem, I believe it is. He said, I hope they put in a military set 2.0, as you said. And as do I do agree, a military set 2.0 would definitely be really cool. I mean, who doesn't want a freaking boom bow in this game? A bow and arrow to kill husks would be awesome. AK-47, a spaz, all this kind of stuff. I would love the military set 2.0 to go alongside the military set that's returning. So those are all the community suggestions, and I have a few of my own because these weren't mentioned. So for my own wish list, you know, we had previously 9 tweets, now we have this. So for my own personal suggestions, I would like a revised alert system to where there's 2 to 3 cooldowns, or 2 to 3 hour cooldowns, and there's in-game timers or there's no timers. So the way that the game works currently is that you get 3 mega alerts per 24 hours. Either completely take those out of the game to where you can grind missions as much as you would like I would personally like, and I think the alert system is stupid. If you run as many, you know, so ever many mega alerts, then you might not be able to pick up a mythic survivor that comes by, or you might not be able to pick up some perk up, or you might not be able to do this because you ran out of alerts. We should not be punished for playing the game. Okay, so that's kind of a hot topic right there. I would like those to be taken out, but if you're not going to take those out, then put timers in game so people know what they're getting into whenever they run these missions, because some people don't know how the alert system works, that if they run 3 mega alerts that they won't be able to run another one and get the same rewards, and they'll be confused why they're not seeing the rewards. So either take the timers out of the game or put them in the game so people know what they are and better explain them in the game. And also, what I mentioned at the beginning of what I said is a 2 to 3 hour cooldown. Currently, mega alerts, aside from the glitches going on in Twine Peaks where they're on a 30-minute cooldown, currently mega alerts have a cooldown of 6 hours. For some people, you get home from work and your missions refresh in 6 hours. You're not going to be able to really see, if your missions are crap to begin with, you're stuck. You can't play any other missions because you got to go to bed and then go to work the next day. So we need a cooldown system that is at least 2 to 3 hours so that you can get 2 to 3 refreshes in there for your alerts. If you get on one day after work and there's a 4 times legendary, oh man, I can grind that for like 5 hours. But if you get on after work one day and there's like a 3 times rare and a 1 epic, that's the only good mission going on right now, where you're like, well, I can't play it until, tomorrow, and then I gotta hope that the alerts are better for tomorrow, and then the weekend. So, the cooldowns on these alerts being 6 hours is way too long. Make them 2 to 3 hours. That would make a lot more people happy. Put some in-game timers so people know how the alert system works, or put no timers at all, because people should not be punished for playing your game. We should get the same rewards no matter what. We should get rewarded for wanting to play. And lastly, what I wanted to put into the wish list is fixes to the bugs that were implemented and the Twine Peaks tweaks. So we have fast alert cooldowns, like I said, 30-minute cooldowns. That is way too fast. Sometimes you can only get in 1 mission before all of the missions reset. So fast alert cooldowns, you need to fix that. Put it back on the 6-hour cycle, but then again, bring that 6-hour cycle back to 2 or 3 hours. The power levels are not correct. You'll go into a power level 128 zone, and the base level husks are power level 140. So either change how they are in game or change how they are in the menu, because if people are selecting a 128 zone and you're going to fight, power level 140 husks, there's not even a single 128 in the mission. That's very misleading, so you need to correct that. And there's also very much incorrect health scaling on a lot of items in Twine Peaks. If I go to a power level 128 Twine Peaks zone, I can sit there and bash a car for like twice as long, because for some reason the car has so much health and my pickaxe doesn't scale to do enough damage to kind of destroy the car in that zone. So there are a lot of bugs that got implemented with the Twine Peaks tweaks that need to be fixed, and those definitely I would love to see fixed very soon. But aside from that, and aside from the revised alert system, that is pretty much it for my own personal wish list, as well as the 9 other tweets of people that were mentioning stuff that they would like to see. So guys, that's it for the video. That is the stuff that I myself would like to see, and a lot of other people would like to see in this upcoming Season 9 for Save the World. Like I said, we'll be seeing it in a week or 2, so we can only hope that we're going to be getting some pretty good stuff. But guys, that's it for me. Let me know your own personal wish list in the comments down below. If you guys don't already follow me on Twitter, give me a follow. I do videos like this all the time and like to get you guys in videos and kind of have a little bit of that community aspect. So yeah, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be streaming on Twitch today for the shop reset. There shouldn't be anything new though. But yeah guys, thank you for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.